It's an inanimate tool. That'd be like if you were in a Nazi concentration camp or a Russian concentration camp and you grabbed a gun away from one of the Nazi guards and, oh, don't use a Nazi gun or a Russian gun on a Russian. No, it's an inanimate object. I will use it as a tool. Yes, we use the Big Brother system to reach out to people and to warn them about what's really going on in the Matrix. You've got to go into the Matrix to get people out of the Matrix, ladies and gentlemen. The point is, you're not in Kansas anymore. Foreign offshore corporations brag that they've set up a total surveillance grid. And what's the end game? To financially rob you of everything you've got, of everything you are. But to be able to rob you successfully, they've got to have this police state surveillance grid in place so they can get away with it. Now, when we come back, I want to get into the takeover of the entire free market internet system by cybersecurity and the White House. And this is nonpartisan. This started back under Clinton, and then Bush, and now Obama. But if you want to know just how bad it really is, we're going to go over it, and a lot more coming up today. Okay, folks, we're back live. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday edition. So the people of the planet are waking up to the big banks, to Wall Street's corruption. It's all over the foreign mainstream news that, as usual, Goldman Sachs set up the double set of books in Greece and Spain and then is intimately involved bringing those countries' financial systems down. I've had members of the Icelandic parliament on documenting the same event. The same people ran the scam here in the United States. And as a people, we have to become aware of this and say no to it. Now, it's not my opinion that the government is taking over the internet. The cybersecurity bill states that all ISPs that even serve 100 people or more, small internet companies, will have to put in government hubs, government software that's wired into their networks. The Pentagon is separately, in the last 5 years, building its own giant network nationwide and laying its own cable worldwide, and now saying they're going to start shutting down the old web, forcing everyone on to their web. And then CNN last night had a big piece, and we have an article by Kurt Nimmo, an excellent report at prisonplanet.com and Infowars.com titled CNN Broadcast Major Cyber War Game Propaganda. Michael Chertoff and others were there, the former head of Homeland Security that makes all the money off the body scanners, the naked body scanners. And they said, we've got to get the American people ready to shut down the web as it's known. We have to prepare them, and we have to have the Pentagon take over all the power companies. We've got to nationalize them because terrorists are going to strike the internet. Now, I have reports in the last 2 years of the Pentagon saying it's simulating attacks on itself. And every time they do this, they then blame it on outsiders. It's kind of like antivirus companies being caught creating their own viruses. This is their pretext to take the internet over and start filtering it and censoring it. And we've seen Spain, we've seen England moving this way, we've seen Italy completely move that way, Australia, New Zealand. We're seeing my films being censored all over the world, Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com. It's happening. And so CNN has another report here, cashing in on internet censorship. More people are searching for tools that allow them to access inaccessible information as this happens. And then right on time, 2 days, 3 days, 2.5 days before the Saturday CNN government propaganda piece they had, where they fearmongered everybody and kind of laid out what they were going to do, Washington Post, more than 75,000 computer systems hacked in one of the largest cyber attacks security firms says. Oh, they're a security firm. They'll sell you the fix. Don't worry. More than 75,000 computer systems at nearly 2,500 companies in the United States and around the world have been hacked in what appears to be one of the largest and most sophisticated attacks by cyber criminals discovered to date, according to a Northern Virginia security firm. And it just goes on. Oh, they're just now discovering all of these, some of them that happened as much as 2 years ago in 196 countries. So this is what's being pushed. The government's going to save you from that old pesky internet with a new internet that will literally wrap you in cyber barbed wire. All right, continuing into other key stacks of news. Oh, by the way, before the break, I mentioned that it was in the Houston News that the police chief wants cameras in everyone's homes. Houston police chief wants surveillance cameras in private homes. Orwellian telescreens will monitor your behavior. That's out of the Associated Press. If you want to read that report. See, the establishment thinks you're so broke back, so broken, that you'll give in to anything, that you have no moral compass, no common sense, that they have a principal telling high school students, I'm watching you on the school computers that you were given, that your parents paid for. I mean, why? Why is the government offering free computers? They're not free. And it's come out that they get grants from Homeland Security, from the BATF, from the FBI. Just look this up for yourself. Like, look up ATF, BATF grant to school, FBI grant to public school, Pentagon grant to schools. And they come into the classes and pay the schools tens of thousands of dollars per grade where they do this, generally 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Millions of dollars for big school systems. And they have them write reports about their family life and their parents on computers, and then that's uploaded to the federal government. They're not just watching you. They're having your children write reports on you. This is what you pay tax money for. Suit. This is Seattle Times. It's got an AP article. School used its laptops to spy on students at home. And then the FBI is going, well, maybe it's reasonable. But I wanted to go back to this PrisonPlanet.com article by Alex Jones and Paul Watson, September 6, 2006. Government industry to use computer microphones to spy on 150 million Americans. And where did we get this? We got this from Google and Yahoo. We have direct links to their press releases, and it pops up on my iPhone now. It says, let us know where your location is. Let us access your microphone and camera. No, no, no. I've got to say no, no, no every time I use it. No, 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 no. And still, if they want, they just bypass it. It says, macro media flash player settings, privacy, allow websites to access your camera and microphone, allow, deny. Here's the screenshot right here. And they admit, Google says, don't worry, we don't have people listening to you. A computer listens and records your dog barking. And this is word for word from them. If they hear a dog barking, they then send you pop-up ads for dog food. It says in here, they listen for your favorite TV show. It records what's on in the TV in the background, and they have databases of keywords, and they know, oh, you're a Friends fan, or you're a 2.5 Men fan, or you like American Idol, or you like the NFL, and it goes into your file. Oh, don't worry, a person's not listening. We're just recording it in case somebody does want to pull it up and listen. Here's the Register, also from September 2006. Google developing eavesdropping software. It says, the first thing that came out of our mouths when we heard that Google is working on a system that listens to what's on your TV playing in the background and then sends you relevant adverts was that's cool but dangerous. And I guess who first broke it was Technology Review, citing Peter Norvig, director of research at Google. It's just, do you understand what's going on? Do you realize the magnitude of this? You've got to say no. But it's the same thing with censorship. Google's now suddenly censoring. All the other big sites are starting to censor. They control much of the networks out there. And it's like, well, okay, I guess so. That's just how it is. We've got to do it. But here's the key article that breaks it all down from today, Sunday, February 21st, 2010. Steve Watson, Paul Watson, PrisonPlanet.com. Big Brother, not just spying on school children through their laptops. Now, if you're listening in Austin, Texas, I haven't gone and spot checked Austin, but I've seen hundreds of articles the last 5-6 years, and I know that the federal grants that pay for these laptops load the software on it. So you need to go find out if this software is on your computer, and then you need to raise hell about it. This is not just going on in Philadelphia. This is not just going on in Sacramento. This is not just going on in New York City. And though it's on record that's happening there. I mean, if you may think freedom is being naked body scanned at airports and your 12-year-old daughter being videotaped in her bedroom by the school principal. And by the way, in a report in the Sacramento Bee, 4 years ago, they admitted that the police station's dialed into their dressing room and watches your naked daughters and then shares it. But they're the government. They're God. They're allowed to. They're allowed to say illegal aliens are above the law, too. They're God.